Hello viewer, welcome to today's episode of Women's View. I'm your host Anne Moremi, and it's a great pleasure to have you with us once more. Thank you so much for your subscriptions on YouTube. We have so many people who are now subscribed to our channel, and the name of the channel is GBS TV Kenya. We are also live on Facebook. The handle is GBS Kenya. And if you want to send us an SMS message, the number to use is 21144. Welcome to today's show. It's going to be very interesting. In studio, I have got two ladies, and it's really awesome because we're going to be talking about women empowerment. And earlier we were saying that we've got women in the show talking about women empowerment. A lot of times you find that this conversation sometimes is driven by men, and it's so much better when it's women who are addressing women issues. It's so much better when it's women who want their fellow women to be empowered, and not just want, but they're showing them how. So welcome, and I want to give this opportunity to the guests in studio to introduce themselves. I'll start with the lady on my right. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much. Hello viewer, my name is Caroline Makonnen, working for Mwangaza Light Limited.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Mwangaza.
Sure.
Welcome.
Hi viewer, my name is Purity Kimani, working with Mwangaza Light. I'm happy to be here.
All right. So Mwangaza Light, I like the name of the company. It's a Kenyan company. It's a Kenyan name. And actually, Mwangaza and Light, it means the same, is that right?
It does mean the same. We wanted to really punch hard and show, however you look at it, there's Mwangaza and there is light.
And it's interesting because we're talking about women empowerment. Women empowerment is also actually about like a light, a light for women. For a long time, women face very interesting challenges. And the reason we are here is to just discuss about the challenges they face and how they can be solved. So one of the things that women have to do a lot is, of course, women tend to, they're the nurturers in their families. And so, of course, it's not that women only who cook, but they tend to do that a lot. They tend to be breadwinners, to be honest. They work to make money, but when the money comes, they buy the food and then they prepare it. But when you look at women, especially women in rural areas, the amount of time that they spend to do these activities. Carol, what can you say about the amount of time taken and what can be done to reduce it?
It surely is very sad that a great chunk of women's, and let me also say girls' time, is used in domestic, and even if it's other economical reasons, it still comes back to the house. Like, there's barely time for the woman to tend to herself. Almost everything she does is for the family, which is okay, but everyone needs some time to their own,
time.
Some me time. Tend to yourself, relax a bit, do your own self-development, read a book here or there by maybe Chimamanda, see how Black women are rising and all that. But barely will they get time to do this. So it is quite unfortunate. And actually, when you look at it, when it comes to, again, more intricate women issues, women really perish when it comes to childbirth. And you find that sometimes this would be avoided if some of these health facilities had access to some source of lighting, some clean or good source of lighting. Like we find in the year 2010, about 287,000 women, that is the size of Kasarani Stadium, filled close to 50 times, actually more than 50 times the capacity, perish, or just because there wasn't enough or clean lighting in health facilities. So you see, some of these things can really be avoided. It is a sad scenario, and but here we are doing something about it. So there is light at the end of the tunnel.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Literally.
And actually Mwangaza is here. Mwangaza Light is here. Offering solutions. Purity, tell us a little bit about what do you think about, for you, did you grow up in an urban setting or in a rural setting?
In a rural setting.
In a rural setting.
Yes.
So do you remember a little bit about the amount of time you take, let's say, to fetch water? Or did you grow up in you can be in a rural setting, but you're very urbanized?
No, we are rural.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
I grew in a rural setting where there was no electricity. We used to use the kerosene, the kerosene lamps.
Yes.
And you had to go to the forest to fetch the firewood, to fetch water.
Yes.
And you are still in school. So you balancing the homework and the school work, it was a challenge for us. Because now you come from school, you come running, you have to go fetch water, you have to go look for firewood, and then you are checking so that the darkness doesn't come before you do the homework.
Yes.
And when it comes, you have to go look for the kerosene, you use the kerosene, the kerosene lamp for you to do the homework.
Is this
so
the one that, the lantern?
Yeah,
the has kerosene inside, and
it has the wick
inside. The 4
yeah.
wicks, and then they have to be wet, and then you have to light them. And also, of course, the kerosene. There's certain. I remember that because I also used to experience that, especially when I'd go up country to visit my grandma.
Yeah.
And of course, sometimes it's exciting because you're going for a short time and then coming back maybe to an urban setup. But you can imagine for you, that's basically how you grew up.
Yes.
And not just you represent a lot of women. And for you, you know, you've come out of that because you're educated. The opportunities that you came across have been able to put you in a place where those are not the issues you're dealing with right now.
Yeah,
but, you know, tell us a little bit about the numbers. How many people in the world do not have access to light?
14% of worldwide, that is population in the world, doesn't have the lights and the clean cooking. And they tend to go through these hassles that I went through. But us as Mwangaza Light, we are coming in and we are doing the last mile distribution to ensure that these people at the bottom of the pyramid, they can access this clean energy products and they can get this lighting so that the children does not have to go through the same disaster that we went through.
I know.
Yeah, and they can be able to, especially the girls, and they can be able to acquire good grades. And us as women, we are happy when we see girls leading in KCP, KCSE, and that one tells us a lot, that women, we are doing better than we used to do before.
Yeah, actually we are doing better.
Yes.
And there's still room for improvement. And you know what? It's so interesting that, you know, when you have access to power and access to solar, sometimes you actually forget about forget that there's still so many people, because 14% is basically over 1 billion people in the world. And of course, a lot of the population is in Africa. And so even in Kenya, we've got so many people who still do not have power. So you can imagine the time that my child would be doing homework, let's say from 7 to even 8, all that time cannot be utilized. Why? Because it's pitch darkness. If you're going to fetch firewood, you also need to be able to see the light, so you have to do it when there's light. If you're going to fetch water, and also there's an issue of insecurity, because you can imagine if you're going to go into, you mentioned the forest. Yes. There's that time that you're going to lose when you're going to fetch these things. Yeah. So tell us also about how women, the lives of women, they're not very safe, because sometimes when they're going to do these things, but misfortune can happen.
Yeah, misfortunes can surely happen. Like you find girls are very much disadvantaged when it comes to this, because so take the scenario of two children, a sister and a brother. They have come from school. The brother will mostly hang around the home and play and do some boyish things around the house, but the girl will be sent and to go collect maybe firewood, go fetch water. I left my mtungi somewhere along on the line. Yes, when I got there, I was, I don't know, like maybe the 70th person. Go check where that mtungi has gotten to, you know. So the girl rushes and spends pretty much whatever that's remaining of the daylight to wait for that mtungi to fill up. At that point, the brother could be at home and they're like finishing up the homework that they had been given from school. So when this girl comes back home, the mother has maybe started preparing food for dinner, and they ask again the girl, help me to slice up these onions. Maybe light the jiko there as I do something here, you know. So again, you find a lot of this time is spent by the child accompanying the mother to do these household chores, which, yes, is fine, but what we're looking at is to what extent is it disallowing the girl to grow just in an equal manner as the boy is, right? And out of this, you find again that girls, because of this indoor cooking and air pollution that happens, you find women and girls and basically somebody who is exposed to cooking 3 times a day using this and clean methods. Using firewood. Or
using charcoal.
But more specifically, if we even look at firewood, because it emits even more smoke, right? Yes. Somebody who cooks breakfast, lunch, dinner, or somebody who is in that room that cooking is happening, yes, they get exposed to an amount that equals 40 cigarettes in a day. Those are 2 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah. You know, I have to interrupt you because I remember when you would go to Shags. Of course, for me, it's actually bringing happy nostalgia, sort of in a way. And by the time you light that firewood, you know, your eyes are tearing. They are red.
Yeah. You know? They're probably swollen because of scratching.
Exactly. Yes. So as much as it's fun, honestly, I didn't know that that's a huge exposure. 40 cigarettes in a day.
40 cigarettes, those are 2 packs. And you can imagine the child is there. So even if you go and look at maybe the smaller children, call them infants, who are mostly on their mothers' backs as this is happening, you can imagine how much smoke. They are already smokers. They already are smokers, or not just a joking kind of a smoker, a smoker that goes
the nicotine is not there, you know, in terms of like the addiction. Yes. But the toxins.
Yes.
They're inhaling them a lot. And you know, when you look up, like where the cooking usually happens, when you look up, it's usually black. All that is tar, Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Growing up?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so bad because if you can check the kitchen in the rural setting, you could see the black thing. Exactly. Sometimes you go to touch the utensils, out of them they are black because of the soot. And that's why Caro is saying it's equivalent to someone who is smoking 2 packets of cigarette in a day. And
I really like the comparisons you're making because they are very relatable. You know, when you talked about 287,000 women, when you talked about Kasarani, when you talk about cooking 3 meals a day, that's equal to 40 cigarettes, which is 2 packets.
Yes.
You know, wow, that's a lot.
It's very sad.
Yeah, but it really breaks it down, you know. That's the kind of exposure we're talking about. So, of course, there's acute and respiratory diseases as a result, of all that smoking. And of course, carbon monoxide is a very dangerous gas.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, you know, the effects.
And even pneumonia. Sometimes when you're cooking, you find children below 5 years, they are always with the mother. When maybe someone is at the back, the other one is holding your dress, and you're going to light the dress on fire. So whatever you're inhaling is the same the children are inhaling. And most times you find the parents take their children to the hospital, and when the doctor say your child has a pneumonia, and you're wondering how. I've dressed my baby so warm, I've not exposed my baby to the cold, but now what is happening? But they don't understand what is bringing all that. It's because of the emissions that these children are inhaling when they are accompanying their parents to do the lighting, or the smoke that is coming from the kerosene lamps when the children are using when doing their studies.
Yes,
yeah,
that's true. And you know what? When you break it down like that, it's very easy to see that a lot of the lifestyle that we are exposed to is actually unsafe. But guess what? Mwangaza Light is here. It's like, I feel like, there's light at the end of the tunnel, you know. And you know, we're going to take a short break. Today we're talking about women empowerment, and when we come back, we're going to shift the conversation, and now we're going to talk about the solutions that Mwangaza Light is offering. Because you see, those are many problems, but we can attack them in very many ways. And I'm very happy that Mwangaza Light is a woman-founded company. Of course, I'm sure there are male employees, but today we are dealing with the women, and not just women, but you know, these are there's head of sales. You didn't even give your titles. When we come back, you shall do that, and then we talk about the products that you have in the market as solutions. So we'll be right back. Keep it here.
Hello, viewer. The woman is burdened with so much, such that they don't have time for themselves.
If you don't go after what you want, there's going to be hurt, there's going to be disappointment, there's going to be regret, there's going to be let down.
I love people. People will always have a view.
They will always have an opinion.
Whether you like it or not.
It's always there.
People will put you in a shame box.
You have to love yourself first.
I'm not that person.
It should come from deep conviction, and I'm talking about conviction. I'm not talking about emotional giving.
Then that should pose a big problem.
A man won't handle that. They will just run.
Families break. Marriages don't exist anymore.
There's so many people out there pretending like they don't have the problem. Pretending like their relationship is not on the rock.
What was that?
That's nonsense.
Get lost.
No. I think that is wrong.
Go ahead, tell me. I'm waiting.
Who questions you?
Well, moving on swiftly.
Moving on swiftly, right?
It's pleasurable.
Yeah, that's
No one
correct.
gets there without trials.
Yeah, you've got to.
It's the way life is.
Your greatest ability is possibility.
Hello viewers, welcome to Women's View.
What you see is what you get.
Very exciting and fun. We grew up in a certain community and we were told this is how women are.
Everybody was coming with what they can get.
This is not a joke. You signed up for life.
Very interesting. A woman is this.
You want somebody else to do something for you that you can do for yourself.
You know what, you're doing a great job. You keep doing it.
You are going to school to become a musician. Like, seriously? Okay, hit.
The show airs every weekday from 11 a.m. to noon and is repeated every evening from 7 to 8 p.m. I look forward to seeing you there. We're going to be in the kitchen learning how to do a few tricks. That you're going to get the chance to cook this in your homes because it's very quick, it's very healthy, and it's very delicious.
I love it. I know.
Everywhere GBS. Welcome back, viewer. Today we're talking about women empowerment, and in studio we have 2 ladies from Mwangaza Light, a company that is very focused on providing solutions that empower women. So Carol, tell us a little bit about Mwangaza, and then we'll get into the products that you have that are solving the issues we talked about earlier.
Right. So Mwangaza Light is a company that was founded in the year 2014 by 2 very strong women.
Yes. Yes.
So it's an all-women, exactly, it's an all-women founded organization, and we are a clean energy distributor, whereby our mission is to transform communities and protect the environment, thereby protecting the future generations.
Excellent.
Yes.
And that is very much in line with the social development goals, the SDGs, because I mean, you've talked about clean energy, you've talked about gender equality,
yes,
and also you've talked about access to affordable clean energy,
yes,
but also decent working in a decent environment that is empowering to the woman.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Purity. Tell us a little bit about the lighting solutions that Mwangaza Light has.
Mwangaza Light, we have tried to cover everyone in our country, because we are trying to provide solution from our houses when you get out of the house. So we have several lights. Like here we have this. These are, we call it a home system.
Yes.
This is a home system. This home system comes with 3 lighting. So you can have a light in the sitting room, a light in the kitchen, and a light in the bedroom. And the good thing is each light has a switch. So you don't need to have a main control. You can control each light separately.
Okay.
So each light has 3 settings of light. We have the low setting, we have the medium setting, and we have the highest setting.
Okay.
For the women whom have the young children cannot sleep at night because of the lighting, so you don't have to put the whole lighting. You can select the low setting, and then the children will go to sleep.
Okay.
This one we call it a home system. It has a separate battery.
Okay.
And this battery, it's like a power bank.
Oh,
this is where the power is stored, and when it charges using the solar panel.
So the energy is coming from the sun.
Yes.
And it's been converted into energy using this solar panel, and then being stored into the battery for lighting purposes. Okay.
This is a panel, and this panel, it's a polycrystalline panel. It is an all-weather panel.
Oh, it can be, even if it's rained on, it's okay?
Exactly, yes.
Oh, fantastic.
So the only difference is when it's cloudy, it takes little much time to fill the battery, but when on a sunny day, it takes 4 to 5 hours for the battery to be filled up. So that means on a sunny day you can charge 2 batteries using 1 panel in a day.
Oh, by the way, when you have 1 panel, it doesn't mean it can only charge 1 battery.
Yes. So
you can have 1 panel
acquire
and
a separate
batteries.
battery and use the same panel to charge.
Oh, fantastic.
These lights are getting the power from this. So you can, as you can see, we have 3 outputs where each lamp is getting the power from. And then the good thing, for sometimes women used to go long distance to go charge our phones.
I know, to the shopping center.
Yeah, and sometimes you could find a long queue. So for your phone to be charged, it takes a whole day. day.
And time is a resource. We're really looking at empowering
Yes.
women and saving their time so that they can be
Do
in
other
control of
things.
what they want to do.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're using this light. You can charge 2 phones in a day. So you can charge your phone, your husband's phone, and if you don't have, also it can be a way of business, because there are people who don't have for others, and you charge that 10 bob, 20 bob, and then it's a source of income.
Exactly.
So with this, you're good to go. The good thing with this,
can it charge smartphones?
Yes, it can charge.
Or it can only charge Mulika Wiz.
It can charge smartphone. It comes with the charger, and these ones we plug them in where you have the USB ports, and then you see you have a smartphone charger.
Yeah,
so
you do. That's right. Yes,
so you select, then you charge. We have the other phones.
Yes.
So all the phones are
can
sorted out, and then you can charge your phones. Then from there we have a single light. This is a single light.
Okay.
This light...
and that one is moving. It's more portable than I think some, because this one is so...
Yes.
It looks like it's more of in a fixed place because of the wires.
Yes. For this one, what you do, you fix this like in sitting room somewhere, and then all this you plug, as you can see, each bulb has a long cable.
Yeah, very long
so you
cables.
can put each lamp to separate rooms.
Okay,
and then you're good to go. You can fix this somewhere on the wall, so whenever you get into a room, you just switch on and off, and you're good to go. It's like you have electricity in your house.
Actually, you do. Like you do. You actually have electricity. Solar electricity in your house.
In your house.
Yes.
The same thing serves the same purpose. It's only that this one is one lamp and it's portable.
Okay.
The 3 setting: low, medium, and high. And as you can see, it's very bright. It's very bright. This one is portable. It has this stand. When you're in the house, you can put it on the table, or you can hang it up there. This star can rotate in 360 degree, and then you can put it on any angle that you want to use. The same thing, you charge your phone through here.
From there.
And the same cable, come with the cable where you put it here, and then you charge your phone.
Okay.
It has
inside there's a battery also.
Yes.
Okay.
It has inbuilt battery, and that makes it like a torch.
Exactly,
it's portable. So you can use it in the house when you want to go to outside like clean, you can go with it. Those who have the cars, I usually tell people, don't hold your mobile phone with your mouth when you want to change the tire. You can have this in your car. So when you have tabas, you put it down, you do your things, and then you're good to go. The same panel, it comes the same panel, the polycrystalline panel, and you charge it through here. So, you charge it through here. So it has a display. It's showing the amount of the power. It's like your phone. Exactly. Your phone shows you the amount of the power when it's supposed to be charged and when it is full. So it's like, it won't like go off once when you're using it. And on the low setting, it goes for 36 hours.
Oh, wow.
The medium setting goes for 24 hours, and the higher setting goes for 6 hours. So using any settings, you know how much time you're going to use. And most times you switch on our lights at 7
at night,
and you can stay for 6 hours before you go to bed. So you use like 4 to 3 hours, then you are done with your things and you go to bed.
And these things are not actually just for home setting, because, you know, we talked about women and how sometimes in healthcare facilities, sometimes there's not adequate light, or there's a power, there's a blackout. So this actually, you can even have them as a backup source of electricity in a health center or in your office. Actually,
in fact, I have a hospital in Ongatarunga, I call it Kisima.
Excellent. That's what I was waiting for. Kisima. They're using this
Kisima, yes. And I take my children there. And one time when I was there, the power goes off. They didn't have the generator and all that.
The generator and loud, you know?
And I told the doctor, you know what? I can give you a solution. And then I gave him the
opportunity
solution.
for you.
Yes.
And you sold.
Yeah, and I sold.
Wow, that's
and
great.
Also, he's happy because when the power is off, he can go on with the businesses. And so it's a solution to everyone, not only the homes, even the businesses. If you go to like Mama Boga.
That's what I was thinking. When you're selling your veggies at night.
Yes.
And you need to see the change. You need to show the customer how good the veggies look.
If you go to Mama Boga, you will find this light. They usually love this because it's portable. They can put in the bag, come it to the soko, and then come back with it in the evening. And they still, the same time, they can charge their phone.
Yeah, because when you're outside at the Mama Boga, what is there?
Yeah, and you know the structure is not permanent. So most Mama Bogas are using this, and as women, we are talking about women empowerment. So with this, they are able to do their businesses even at evening. That's when people want to come and buy the burgers, the tomatoes and all that. And if they close early before the light is gone, but with this, they can extend their time and do the business. Business, yes.
And you see in the evening is when more people have come from work.
Right.
So if you're busy closing at peak hours, how is that helping your business?
Not helping. And also the good thing about it is that it's drop proof in terms that it cannot break. Even if it drops, it cannot break. So that's a very high quality material. And at the same time, like she said, it can be hung in whichever side.
And also, you told me that you can actually detach it.
Yes.
And now carry it. Like, let's say if you want to go to the loo at night.
Right. Yeah, you can detach it whereby the stand becomes totally, you can totally remove it, and work with this. Yes. So even in Maas Island, sometimes you find that when the men are taking out cattle, and maybe they've gone out in the evening or maybe in the afternoons, they carry it. And they do not even have to carry it to the stand, they just carry it as is because they will use it to light their way back home.
Exactly. I'm telling you, Mwangaza Light is all about let there be the light. You know, such a good solution. Wow. I can really, really begin to understand how this is actually changing the lives of women. And in a big way. What are the payment options? Is it possible to pay in installments, and what are the prices?
Yeah, you can pay installments. What we have been doing, we are working with women groups, and apart from women groups, we have church women groups where we have Mothers Guild, Mothers Women, Mothers Union, and Women Guilds, depending with the church, whatever the name they give. And with this, we are giving them this item, they pay in installments. Like for this light, they can pay in 3 months, and we give them a 30-day grace period. So when they get the light, they can use the light for 30 days.
Before
and
they
then,
start paying.
And then after the 30 days, that's when they start paying for the first installment, the second one, and the third one.
And that's what I like about Mwangaza, because it's affordable.
Yes.
And not just affordable, but affordable and even easy. The installments makes it even more accessible.
Yes. And for
Do you
this
charge
big
interest for the installments? A little interest.
A little.
Just a little, but
very
it's
minimal.
not major.
Financial
it's just
cost, yes.
Mostly just to facilitate more people getting it.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Wow. That's awesome. I really recommend this product. Please, how would somebody get it? Where is it available? Do you know?
As I said, we work with different organizations, and what we do the pure marketing. So we go to this meeting where we have the women organization doing their meeting. Like we've been working with ACK Church, where we work with the Mothers Union. So when the Mothers Union, they have the meeting, we carry the products, we teach them how to use the product, the benefits of the product, why you should have these products. And then out of that, those who cannot pay like the whole amount, we give them a chance to pay in installment.
So you can go anywhere. There's no place you cannot go, because it's not like you're a supermarket somewhere. People can be able to call you into their meetings, even circles.
Last mile distribution.
Last mile, that's what it means actually. Those places where it's hard to go.
Exactly.
You know? Those are the places you're going.
Places that are hard to go, places that people do not want to go because of one or the other reason. We say Mwangaza Light, we will illuminate that. We will get there.
Excellent. Carol, we also talked a lot about cooking and all that goes with it. We also have a solution. I'm seeing we have a solution for cooking here. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so here we have 2 jikos, which maybe... Let me start with this. This is...
That means that they are very light.
Yes, they are.
I know. I'm like, what? Are you sure it's going to make it?
Actually, the fun thing about this jiko is that sometimes you find women in the rural areas, because the chores are almost never ending, right? They can carry a jiko koa and go with it to whichever, maybe they're farming somewhere. They can carry it, put it somewhere, cook their githeri, cook their whatever else as they're farming. And by the time they're done, their food is also done.
And you can't do that with the 3 stones.
You cannot do that.
Even if you have that idea in your head.
Exactly, the wind will just keep blowing it off. So this is jiko koa. It is a jiko that uses normal charcoal, but then the advantage is that it uses so much less charcoal than the normal jikos, which we call KCJs or Kenya ceramic jikos. So with jiko koa, you use less. You use a half of the charcoal that you'd have normally used with
so
the other
you're saving
jikos.
your money?
So you are saving your money, exactly. It cooks very fast because of the technology that has been used.
Yes.
Inside this, if like we were to take off this cover, inside it we will find a sort of fiber that is called a ceramic fiber.
Okay.
So what the ceramic fiber does, which is different from the normal KCJs like I mentioned, is that it helps in conservation of the heat.
It retains the
exactly,
heat in there,
it retains the heat in there. So instead of the heat, you've lit your jiko, you're cooking. So instead of losing heat
so this
to
one
the
is not
surroundings,
you can't alter this one. You know?
you exactly, you can't really alter, right? But then
You
the thing
focus
is,
on
you will
cooking.
cook very cleanly
Yes,
because
yes.
even the smoke emissions are very minimal. It reduces by less than by more than a half, by more than 50%. That is.
So it's good for the environment.
It's good for the environment
and good for your health.
Exactly.
Sometimes when you talk
yes.
about the environment, it seems so far away. It's good for you. You remember we talked about the 40 cigarettes per day. This one does not.
This one does not do that. The reason why it doesn't do that is that with the normal jikos, the charcoal does not combust very well. It doesn't burn very well. Yes, there's no complete combustion.
Yes.
So when there's less of that, then there's a lot of smoke emissions. But with the Jiko Koa and all the technology that has been applied to it, it ensures that the charcoal burns almost completely. So that means there's less smoke being emitted. So it's
And
very
less
safe for cooking.
wastage,
Yes. It has insulated handles,
Oh, you can
it
carry
is
it without
safe for
the-
use.
the
Yes, you can
gazettees.
carry it without those vitambas. You can very safely carry it. And the good thing is that the bottom does not burn. So we can even place it on this table as it is cooking and it will not burn the cloth.
Oh, that sounds unbelievable. I mean, it's because of the KCGs that we're so
It
used
will
to.
not burn it. Yeah.
Oh,
Remember,
wow,
the
that's
ceramic fiber goes all the way to the bottom.
Okay.
So because of that, there's no heat that's getting released to the feet.
okay,
Yeah, so you can
yeah.
place it on almost any surface.
You can actually carry it with your hands
You
like that?
can carry it with your hands like this
Wow,
because the
that's awesome.
handles
It's very
are
safe,
insulated.
even for children.
Very,
you know?
very safe.
Because a lot of times you tell children to light it for you or to bring it.
Yes.
So
because it
it's
started
just-
raining
I
and then they are carrying and the
know.
jiko is old, so it dismantles as they're trying to bring
Let's
it
not
back
even go
into
to
the
jikos.
house.
We can have our own session.
Right. So it also has an ashtray.
Oh,
so
yes,
this
yes.
ashtray, it holds the ash. So that provides very clean surface areas when you're cooking, meaning
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
by
ash
the
doesn't
way,
spill around,
all
it doesn't
over.
pour around. And the other good thing about this ashtray is that it prevents the jiko from burning at the bottom.
Oh, yes.
Because most of the time during cooking, there's the small pieces of charcoal that fall to the bottom of the jiko.
Yes.
But then the ashtray is there to sort of capture that. Yes.
Okay.
So, and it's a very thick metal, so it doesn't burn. We have actually not seen, we are yet to see an ashtray that has burnt completely. Yes. So it helps in preservation of your jiko. So with the KCJ taking...
it's almost airtight, you know.
It is actually airtight. So with the KCJ taking a couple of months in terms of lifespan, a jiko kwa can very well take you anywhere between 3 to 5 years depending on how you use it.
Yeah.
So there's no more
It
buying of
actually lasts
jikos. It
all
lasts
your life.
longer.
You take care of it.
It's
And you
a
talked about the
pretty
fact that it's
jiko.
made in Kenya.
It is made in Kenya
And it
by
can be
Kenyans.
repaired, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. I mean, today's show is all about empowerment, I'm telling you. Empowering the woman, empowering the man, empowering the country, you know?
Right.
That is really good.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
So that is the jiko kwa, and then to your left is it's still a jiko kwa, but it's called a jiko kwa
I think I should
extra.
lift it because I saw you lifting it. And now I am confident because I was like, you know, I don't want to start,
yeah, we're
you
not
know,
playing tricks.
You
It
know,
actually is
it
light.
actually is, yeah. It's a bit heavier, but it's a bit bigger.
Yes.
But it's actually accessible. And yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you can actually just lift it. And
It
yeah.
is heavier because of the cast iron.
Because of the cast iron,
Yes,
yes,
whereby
yeah.
cast iron makes it more durable. It makes it more aesthetically, you know, it's more aesthetic
more
when you look at it.
aesthetic,
Yes, and it also helps in cooking faster.
Okay. Right. Excellent. Now, I know that people can reach you and you come to where they are. But how do people reach you? Where are you? Are you on social media? What is your number? What's your email?
We are in Facebook.
You're on Facebook?
And the Facebook name is Mwangaza Light.
Mwangaza Light.
And we have, anyone can access. You can like our page. You can see our products. We have our website, www.mwangazalight.com.
Okay.
You can access our products. You can see our products. And women, we are telling women, you should have this in your house. You should have this in home.
This is going to make your life so awesome.
Yes.
I mean, less good health.
Yes. More
more saving. The amount of, you see, even if you're buying charcoal, it's going to last you longer, so you're saving money.
Exactly.
If you have children, of course, even if, whether you have children or not, you have light at home. what that does is just completely revolutionizes your life.
And we've seen how many times Kibra, Kawangware, places are burning because of electricity and electrical fault. But with this, there's no way you're getting an electrical fault. And maybe just to add that all our products come with warranty. Yeah,
even kerosene. Peels,
true.
Or even a child might by mistake decide to drink it. I mean, the kind of exposure. And you see a lot of times when you're such a woman, because of the amount of time you're taking to go and source for money, your children are alone at home.
Right.
So you see, this is so safe. I mean, even if it's switched on and off, the worst that can happen is that it drains the battery.
I remember the first time I saw the lighter, I went to a women group, and one woman was like, you have saved my life, because the previous night, when the baby was sleeping, the Kero boy rolled down the bed, and then the mattress was catching the fire. And that's when the mom gets in the house, they pick the baby and ran out of the house. Yes, some of the items they got burnt in the house, but the baby was safe. Yes. But from that day, they said, I want this light. I don't want anything to do with the kerosene lamps, because it's very dangerous. We are trying to save, but it's very dangerous to our health, and it was risk for the home and for the children.
Exactly. Tell us, we have a screen on telly.
Yes.
A telly here.
This is a DC. This is a direct current. It's a solar TV. It's not a steamer TV. Yes. It's a solar TV. Sometimes
to use steamer and solar.
Yes, it's not the same. And as you said earlier, you didn't want to go to the Sharks because it is dark. There's no electricity.
No entertainment. You talk yourself.
Yes, and with this, every family is sorted. You don't have to have the electricity for you to have a TV. So you can access this TV, and this TV is a DC using the solar. When we give this TV, it comes as a package. And this package is a TV. This TV has an inbuilt battery where it stores the power. So that panel is connected direct to the TV, and then the power is stored in the battery. And then you can have the 6 hours watching the TV after sunset. But you can use the TV a whole day, because you have connected the panel, so you're using the TV the whole day.
During the day you're using the direct, not the battery.
Yes, it's direct, because it's like how you use your phone from the charger.
Okay,
it's not drain. It's like you're putting in the power and other power is getting out. So it won't go off. Now at night you can have it for 6 hours, and 6 hours is enough.
6 hours is good
and
enough.
This one, you maintain your house, your children in the house. Your children don't have to go to the neighbor to watch cartoon and all that. And then also it comes with the two lights. So you don't have to watch the TV in darkness. So for those 2 lights will help you to have light on the sitting room.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you know what? It doesn't matter which part of the country or the world you're in. You can be able to access your entertainment, So whether you're in an area where Kenya Power has not reached, it doesn't matter. So long as you have we have sunlight, and Africa and Kenya, we are blessed with that. You can be able to save up, and sometimes you even just that giving somebody that hope that you can actually have a telly in your house, even though you don't have power. That's okay.
And you don't have to go for other cost. For other TVs, you have to go buy the decoder. This one, they are digital. They have inbuilt decoder.
Are you serious? Yes. Should I ask if they're Wi-Fi?
Getting there.
A step at a time.
Yes, one fire at a time.
We need to give a parting shot, and I think I'll start with Carol. Talk to the viewer and give them a parting shot before we wrap up the show.
Yeah, so thank you very much, viewers, for watching us. Mwangaza Light is here to illuminate people's lives. Our products are very affordable. They are accessible, and we bring it right to your doorstep, so to speak, at no extra charge. So find us through the contacts that were shared, and thank you very much for listening.
Excellent. And Carol, tell us about how has working at Mwangaza Light maybe changed your life, or made your viewpoint on women empowerment change?
Yeah, so I will actually answer that with a case scenario. So there's this time I was at a certain market. We were selling the solar products, right? So one girl is there with the mother.
Yes.
And the girl sees our lights. And the girl actually came touched our lights. She actually asked me like, may I just sit this? And it's a kid, so you just give it to them. So they looked at it and they were like, they looked at me again and then ran back to the mother and told the mother, because she wasn't standing so far so I could hear the conversation. So she was like, Mommy, this is the light that Akina Mutuko have at their home. And because of that, Mutuko always beats me in school.
Oh, look at that.
Mutuko apparently was, he's a boy by the name, right?
Yes.
So he leads.
Yes.
And they have solar lighting. So
and she could
Mutuko
relate.
Mutuko does his homework. Mutuko does everything that somebody with lighting can do. But at home, they were using a candle and the carry boy, right?
Yes.
So the mother actually got interested and they're like, yeah, come. I mean, let's go, you show me. So they came, they saw our product and she was really excited about it and she did purchase.
Fantastic.
And to imagine that this child thought that solar lighting and basically light would make a difference in her life and education in particular, just like Mutuko's, was really very inspiring.
Yeah.
So I am out there fighting for women, with women.
Such meaningful work. And I mean, it being communicated to you, sometimes you just think maybe you're just working, but I think that day you're able to see how meaningful your company is and your work is.
I rested easy knowing I actually directly touched a girl's life, a child's life, a life.
That is awesome. Keep it up. Thank you so much. And I'm actually excited about what you're doing. Purity, please give us a parting shot as well. Yes.
I'm here to urge all women. It's not time to sit down at the back in your house waiting for your husband or your brothers or anyone to provide anything that you need. Women nowadays, we are working out, we are working, so you can start a kiosk, we have the light here, and then you can continue doing your businesses. Through this energy saving products, you will save a lot of money. And this money, you can save them in the women groups, and through these women groups, you can access loans. You can improve your lives. You can do other big things that other women are doing there. So don't sit down and wait for everyone to do your things. And as Mwangaza Light, we are able and we are ready to go and to come wherever you are and provide solution to your problems.
Thank you. That is such a good wrap up and a good inspiration to the women. Yeah, don't sit and wait for somebody to do something for you. You are raised by your parents to be independent, and these are products that can really help you in that journey of independence. Another thing that sometimes it seems like purchasing this equipment for lighting is expensive, but you see, it's a one-time cost.
Yes.
Because even when you have, let's say, electricity brought to you by KPLC. I'm not sure I should mention the mono. The company, you've got to pay the bill every month.
Right.
First of all, bringing it to your home is very expensive, but then every month this is a one-time cost. I mean, do you have to change the bulb? How long does it last?
The lighting.
The lighting, like this one. If you buy it, you told me it does not break, even if it falls. So at what point will I need? Does it have like a bulb that will need to be changed?
No, it has a battery, and the battery lifespan is 5 years.
5 years, that's a long
and
time.
So like for this light, after 5 years, you'll need to change the battery.
Change the battery.
The battery, don't need to change the light. You know, for the solar, the power does not fluctuate. So there's no one time that you find the light has burnt, you have to go buy another. Exactly. Yes. So what you'll need to change is the battery after 5 years. And within that 5 years, you have saved a lot of money, and it's not a pinch for you to go and buy the battery separate. Yes.
I would actually want us to actually talk about the costs, because you see, when you look at the SDGs, we're talking about affordable and clean source of energy. So just tell us, how much does this cost, and in how many installments can you pay it in? This one, what are you calling this one? The Sun King, the portable light.
Yes. For that portable light is going for 4,500, and you pay in 3 installments.
Okay.
So every month you pay 1,500.
Excellent.
For this one, it's going for 8,800. You pay in 4 months.
You pay in 4 months.
So every month you pay 2,200.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what? You can actually buy all.
Yes, you can.
You can actually buy all, because this is portable. And you see, when you go to the toilet with this one, you don't want now the whole house to be left in darkness. And you know what? The thing about life is that we're also telling women, there's nothing like saying something is expensive. It's about planning.
Sure.
This is the price.
Yes.
This is my business. This is my income. Plan. And now you can even pay in installments. So yeah, we're saying don't write off something because of cost. You've really worked at making this affordable,
Yes.
and now you can pay in installments.
Yeah.
Look at your business. Look at your source of income. Plan and get these products.
Yeah, and the good thing is through the women groups,
Yes.
we give them these products at a wholesale price.
Even
So
better.
when they get at a wholesale price, the women's or the members of the group, they get it at retail price. So the margin is left in the group.
Exactly.
So also it's a growth to the different groups
Yeah.
when they acquire this.
And guess what also?
Yes.
It means that if you buy and you buy, you won't come to borrow mine.
Exactly. And then we'll encourage other women there.
You know?
They will see you. I will ask her, where did you get the light? Where did you get
Exactly.
the Jiko? In our chama.
Yes.
So I will be so interested to join the chama so that I
Yeah.
can have the benefit of the product.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
that's
in
what
that
we're
way
saying.
the chama grows.
When chama grows, the
becomes
community
more bonded.
grows. We are
Right.
all moving. I mean, it doesn't make there's no problem. I don't have to be the only one with light in the village.
Right.
If we all have light, even better.
Even
You
better.
know, that's what we're talking about. Empowering the women.
I remember a case where for the first time I bought a Jiko for my mom. And every time the mom would have these women groups would put the Jiko on top of the table. When they're having their meeting, they would cook the tea.
She'd be
and all that.
flossing.
Yes. And out of that, I've sold like 45 Jikos to the women in that group.
Look at that.
Because
Yeah.
now they could say, this Jiko, I've not seen this Jiko. It's clean Jiko. You
Yeah.
can put it anywhere.
And women were good at that.
Yes.
You
You
know,
don't
making
have
our
to
fellow
go to
women.
Exactly.
Guess what, ladies? We do have to wrap up. The show time is not on our side.
Okay.
Thank you so much. You're doing an excellent job in community. It's very meaningful. Keep it up. And yeah, please, viewer, buy these products and let's all get empowered. Thank you so much for joining us, and we shall see you next time. Bye.